All right. We are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Just kind of reflect on what we talked about right quick. We had our AEW Dynamite review. We also had my Thursday Night Wrestling preview. Then we talked about Joe Hendry's future and him becoming the new NXT World Heavyweight Champion, heading toward their new TV deal with the CW October 1st. So, let's talk about our next segment. We're going to talk about Samantha Irvin and her recent social media bombshells. So, let's go ahead and dig on into it. So, like I said recently, you kind of had Samantha Irvin. She's the ring announcer from WWE Raw. She recently hit 1 million viewers in terms of social media, which is pretty good, which is pretty awesome. Definitely, got to respect her for that. She recently said in a post, she said she is retiring from her Wednesday, from her Wednesday picks. And getting positive feedback. Obviously, you also have fans that are like, good for you, obviously with the self-image, like body confidence and stuff like that. That's important, very important. It's kind of like but who cares, like if people have negative connotations, they're like, you know what, why are you doing this, why are you posing, what I mean, like it's if I don't know. It's just it's a very touchy subject, so I'm trying to tiptoe around, causing a stir, so to speak. But I don't know, 1,010%. I think if she is doing something good for herself, if she thinks that obviously the pictures that she's posting and stuff like that. In modern day professional wrestling, a lot of fans are getting upset because oh, my children watch this. I've read posts, I read social media remarks in terms of some things, and she was like, and people were just like kind of trashing her a little bit, and I don't know, it just seemed wrong. It just seemed wrong 1,010%. And then now she's kind of, dictating the way she lives her life based on people's negative remarks toward those pictures. But in reality, like, you see people do that all the time. Just because, she's the Ring Raw announcer, all of a sudden, like, it's a super big deal. You know what I mean? Like, when people post on social media, they do one of two things, I believe. I think one, obviously, you're just posting, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to keep with the new digital era in terms of social media, you kind of can be your own public relations kind of person a little bit. And then second of all, like obviously you have to be careful. You have to be careful to kind of blur those lines between appropriate and also inappropriate. But I guess according to like WWE policy, she didn't violate any of them. So I don't see why anybody should be really pissed or anything like that. But I don't know, it's just kind of, I think it's cool how she got some followers and stuff like that. Um, she was she was breaking the internet, quote unquote, that was kind of going live on social media. But she also has an amazing voice. She also has an amazing voice. She brings the fans inside the ring whenever she announces and stuff like that. So it's not just like she's using her body to get followers and trying to get follows on social media and get people to be interested in her. But because 1,010%, she is an amazing ring announcer. She does she doesn't need any of that, like, you know what I mean. But she obviously does have talent. She does have an amazing talent. I guess when she signed with WWE, they tried to get her to be a wrestler, but once when he noticed the voice, she's been. I think I read that she was part. I think she took part in America's Got Talent, and she made it to the semis, which is pretty badass. Not a lot of people could say that. 1,010%. You also have you have the haters. You have just so many haters. So many people saying, "Oh, you're using sexual appeals to become popular." And like, hey, honestly, like if to each your own. Like, you know what I mean? To each your own. If life after WWE could happen. WWE could possibly not sign you. They could not sign you. Like, and imagine like, models get paid millions of dollars just to, represent a brand. If you have the limelight and if you could use it to your advantage, especially with WWE, I think, she's getting noticed fast. And, you kind of have to look out for numero uno here, which is like yourself. You have to look out for yourself. If you're not, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just gonna, you're just living your life. You're just, doing social media. That's what, I'm not a huge social media kind of guy. That's why I never really post pictures and stuff like that because I don't want to, maybe if I wanted to show off my dad bod, I'd be like, hey guys, I'm just kidding. No, no, don't want, I definitely don't want to do that. But I don't know. I just think it's, I think what she's doing right now, you're kind of representing yourself as a brand, and essentially that's what you are moving forward in terms of the professional business like world. Like she could definitely get a gig for being a model. She can get a gig for being like maybe she pursues her singing career. Maybe perhaps that works out, or maybe perhaps she stars in TV shows or movies or anything like that. Because WWE ring announcers don't get paid like glamorous salaries like everybody thinks. They get paid pretty good, but with traveling, you got to pay for lodging and food and stuff it's not that easy. Like if you have if you have the opportunity to kind of go out there and make some money, kind of do it on your own. I did it my way. So that's what Samantha Irving's doing now. She's kind of going out there. She's doing it her way, and like I said, she has not violated any WWE policies. You have a bunch of Lillian Garcia gave her respect, kind of passed the torch on to Samantha Irving. You also had, when Christy Hemme did TNA, she posed for Playboy. So it's not like it's, this thing that's never happened or, obviously it was different during different times. But that's just the thing. We are during different times in terms of, social media and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's kind of crazy. She caused an outcry. She caused, quote unquote, caused an outcry in the wrestling community because of all the haters. And even her fiance Ricochet, he's left remarks on every single post. So it's not like, and plus the dude himself is, he's handsome as hell. So it's not like he's this hideous guy that's like, oh, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to your boyfriend? Like, what the heck? Does he approve? Are you really doing it? Like, it's not like that. It's not like that 1,010%. She's an amazing gifted announcer. It just so happens that she's pretty. Like, you know what I mean? It's not beating around the bush, not trying to be rude, or not trying to, cause a stir, trying to be too graphic or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like I guess if you got it, you got it. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like anything should be bad or it's not like, like ex devil, like, you know what I mean? Like I don't think it's anything like that, but it did kind of cause a bombshell. She did take down those posts, which is, if she feels like that's the way that's going to cause like some good in terms of her negative publicity lately, like by all means, like, do you whatever you want. But I don't know, just do what whatever makes you happy, dude. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know, just say, kind of being a part of the cutthroat industry. I think her fiance Ricochet, he understands. You kind of gotta do, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do to be noticed. And because if you're like if you have model status, like what I mean, like that, like why not? And WWE, like he knows that, like and the fans know, and especially me as a fan, I'm like, dude, honestly, WWE didn't do crap for Ricochet. Like I said, I kind of compared Ricochet to that toy that was very popular in the independent wrestling circuit that WWE was like, oh my God, this guy's getting noticed, guys. We should sign him. We should sign him. Then they sign him. He has one Intercontinental Championship run, and that's it. They give him the Speed Championship, 3-minute matches on X.com with WWE. Woo! It's not sufficient. It never was sufficient. Ricochet was kind of abused by WWE creative. I feel like WWE could have did a lot better with Ricochet, and he kind of looks at it as the opportunity. He's like, you know what? WWE is one of the biggest world wrestling entertainment conglomerates inside the whole entire world. So, if you have a way to kind of, get your name out there, kind of represent your brand a little bit, kind of get the ball moving, so to speak, in terms of if you want to go back to your, audio, to your, your voice career, like you can do that. If you want to be an actor, you can do that, act in commercials, movies, and stuff like that. It's happened all the time with WWE wrestlers. Why not with announcers? Also, you could be like, she could get model agencies and stuff like that. Those girls get banked, man. They get paid bank. Even male models get paid bank. That's maybe I got to start working out. You know what I mean? Like, dad bods are us. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I just think it's it's a kind of, craze. I think I was looking it up on, I think I was reading Ringside News. I read an article about her hitting 1 million followers, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" And then it said something about like, "Oh, people, negative outcry and stuff like that." I was like, I don't think that's cool. Kind of like quoting Carlito, be like, "You know what? That's not cool." But I don't know. You got to shine while you can. You got to shine while you can. She's gotten the love and support of her colleagues. Obviously, she's not the only WWE superstar, the WWE um, part of WWE employment that has had, visual graphic um, post on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Natalia Neidhart also has a couple of photos. Stephanie Vacour, Thea Hale, Ariana Grace, and it's just it's to the point where it's like like if they're kind of going out there and if they feel confident enough, like dude, well, whatever floats your boat, man. I just don't think it should cause such a negative outcry in terms of social media, in terms of the wrestling community and stuff like that. I don't know. Just do have fun. Like obviously back then in terms of WWE, they kind of had divas kind of go out there and by all means it wasn't voluntary. Like there was no such thing as social media to post pictures and stuff like that. But some of the divas back in the day got they got photo shoots. They got hit up from model agencies. A couple of them got into the Hollywood business and stuff like that. Like, so yeah, I don't know. It gets to a point where like wherever you go, try to take advantage of everything you absolutely can. Because at the end of the day, they're kind of, WWE is like, you know what? We're not pissed off at it. Because guess what? Fans are looking at her like, oh my God, who is this super pretty girl? What the hell? Let me do research. Samantha Irvin. Oh, she's part of the WWE. I'm going to start watching WWE now. So it's, like so WWE's like, you know what, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So 1010%, I want Ricochet to come back to the WWE. Maybe Samantha Irving can help us, get Ricochet to sign with WWE. But I think he'd be great in AEW as well. Like I don't know, conflicting ideologies here. All right, guys. So we talked about a wrestler that has used her social media as a way to get her name out there. And now we're going to talk about some people on social media. No, some wrestlers that absolutely despise using social media. So we're going to get into that when we come back. So, hey, do not go anywhere.